Hello Inyo fans, I'm Rob and today we're going to walk you through the steps of replacing the main PCB on a Hayward Aquarite control panel using the PureLine replacement board. The PureLine board is an aftermarket and a more economical solution to replacing the original Hayward main PCB. So let's jump right in. Alright, the first thing you want to do before you get started is make sure the power's off. So there's typically a breaker that controls your pool equipment. You just want to make sure that's off, and when it's off you won't see any lights illuminated, or the LED screen will be off. Next thing you'll do is you'll remove the flow switch cable and the cell cable. The next thing you'll need to do is get a 5/16" socket wrench and remove these 2 screws. The next thing you'll do is just lift the cover right off. All right, and this is the display board, and this will lift right off of the main board. All right, next we're going to remove the 2 power lines located in the lower left-hand corner with a Phillips head screwdriver. All right, and then with needle nose pliers, you'll remove the blue, white, violet, gray, red, black, orange, and yellow cable. These should pop off pretty easy. All right, now we'll grab the 5/16" socket and remove these 2 screws that hold the board in. We'll lift the board out. And we'll get these out of the way. Here's the PureLine board. We're going to pop that right back in. You'll see a couple holes here that you'll want to line up. This part. All right, then we'll secure the board back in place with that 5/16" socket wrench. All right, and when you're tightening them down, they don't have to be super tight, just snug. So as soon as you get some resistance, they're good enough. All right, so we'll start to attach some of the wires back to the board. We'll start with this red and black wire. On the original board, you'll notice that the red and black was a little bit higher in the upper right-hand corner, but they moved it down here. All right, and we'll do the orange and the yellow cable. In the original board, these were located over here in the lower right-hand corner, but now on the new board, they're in the upper left-hand corner. So you have to feed them over here. All right, so now we'll connect the gray, the violet, the white, and the blue wire. And there's labelings on the board that tell you the gray goes here, violet goes here, white goes here. And the last one, you'll notice that on the new board it says black. but the cable's blue. So, but the blue one will go to the black prong here. All right, the next steps will involve reconnecting the power lines, but first you have to reinstall the jumpers. Actually, 2 jumpers will be included with the new board. For 230 volt, which is probably the most common out there, you just need 1 jumper, and that'll go on the middle 2 screws there. For 115, you would use 2 jumpers. One would go on the first 2 screws there, and the second one would go down on the 3 and 4 spots. Now the original board was numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no numbers on this board, but I just remember 1, 2, 3, 4. For more wiring configurations and the jumper locations, you can check the inside door of your panel, and that'll tell you as well. Then you'll want to take the power lines and connect them to the number 1 and the number 4 spot. And either wire can go to either spot. So in this case, we'll take the white and put it on the 1. And just make sure all the screws are tight. We'll come down here to the bottom one. All right, and the board's all wired. All right, so now we're going to pop the display board back in place. You'll notice that there's 4 holes around it, these 4 plastic prongs. And the most important thing is the board has these thin metal bars that come up, and you'll want to make sure those match up with these holes when you're putting it in. All right, and press it on until you feel it kind of snap into place. Okay, now we're just going to pop the cover back in place. Kind of line up the slots there. And kind of press this down. To do a little adjusting just to make everything fit in its place. And once everything's in the right spot, we'll reconnect our screws here. All right, we'll plug the flow switch cable back in its place. See if we can line it up properly. Until you hear it click. And then we'll plug the cell back in its place. Okay, at this point you can go ahead and turn the power back on. And when it's on, you'll notice that the display should light up. You'll get a power light, and it may say no flow if your pump's not running, so that's normal. There's still a couple things that we need to do when you get a new board. The first thing will be to select your cell size. And if you don't know your cell size, you can actually look on the side of your cell. And in this case, it's a T-cell 15. All right, now you have to press the diagnostics button 8 times until you see the cell size appear. At this point, you'll take it from the switch from auto to superchlorinate back to auto to switch the size. And we have it in T15, so then you just move it back to auto and it's set. All right, chances are the new board is going to come set on the metric scale, and what you want to do is switch it back to parts per million. So what you have to do is press the diagnostic button 5 times. You'll see 0.0 there, so you just switch it from auto to superchlorinate, back to auto, and there, it's set for parts per million. And that wraps up the installation of our PureLine Aquarite board. If you have further questions, feel free to email us at upload@inopools.com or give us a call at, what's the number, Matt?
877-372-6038.
All right, it's been a pleasure. If you want more videos, check out our YouTube channel and subscribe. Other than that, have a great day.